It is indeed India Today's big impact. Since our coverage yesterday, the government is now contemplating on finding alternate sites for the construction of the high-rise building that was initially planned to be constructed bang in the middle of Cubbon Park. I have with me some of the voices who are from Bangalore. All of them who I have behind me are residents of Bengaluru. Let me just go across to them to really find out what does Bengaluru really want. Do they want Bengaluru to be a garden city or a concrete city? I have with me a girl who is a resident of Bangalore. Ma'am, your name? This is Mehek. Mehek, so please tell us, would you want Bangalore to be a garden city or as a concrete city?
Definitely, every city should be a garden city. And considering Bangalore, this is the only place where people can come and move around daily and on weekends. And I would not wish that some building should be constructed instead of thousands of trees here.
Well, that's right. The government had a proposal that they wanted to build an election commission office of sorts right in the middle of Cubbon Park. And this is one such place that is called as the lungs of Bengaluru. So, when I say the word Cubbon Park, what does it mean to you?
Uh, well, it's just a park, but since it's very big and very old, it is whoever comes to Bangalore, this is the first place which they ask what is this and where should I go and what is all about. So I think if you want to construct a building, you can construct anywhere. I don't know what is the exact reason to choose this place, but I would really suggest them to choose some other place and go forward with whatever they want to do.
Right, really choose some other place, but just not Cubbon Park. I also have with me Mr. Abhinav. His office is right next to Cubbon Park, and this is one such place that he frequents. Abhinav, is Cubbon Park an emotion to you, or is it just another park?
No, no, definitely it's an emotion to us, and the reason is that we like most of the people who are working in Bangalore are IT guys, and they have a lot of stress. Not only IT guys, but everyone needs to be connected to the nature, right? And there are only limited parks in Bangalore, and Cubbon Park is one of the biggest park where we can connect with the nature, like birds are chirping, and people can come and get their mood fresh. Also, they can get oxygen and all. And we already have a lot of buildings in central Bangalore, and this is, I think, only park in central Bangalore where people can come and walk around. So yeah, definitely it's emotions for a lot of people who used to come regularly.
Would you want Bengaluru to be a garden city or a concrete city?
No, it's already going towards concrete city. So definitely we want to stop it now, and we want to extend it towards outskirts, not in central Bangalore, because as I already mentioned that we have a lot of buildings made in this, and multi-story buildings, and number of people are increasing day by day. Even like more than a crore of people are already living in Bangalore. So definitely they need fresh oxygen and all to survive properly. And recently we have struck already a pandemic has struck our country. So definitely we don't want any such kind of situation to come again, so that people will get panicked for oxygen and all, and that we are getting for free of cost currently.
Well, very well said. I also have with me Mr. Alexander. He has actively been in the space of environment. He's a very staunch activist when it comes to conserving trees and our environment. Sir, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Sir, when I say the word Cubbon Park, what does it mean to you?
Uh, it's a life,
It's life.
and I get oxygen here, and I grew up here, and you can see at this age I'm so active because the fresh air what I get, and the peace and the tranquility you'll not get it anywhere except the Cubbon Park. Now there is only two places in Bangalore. That is, one is Cubbon Park, one is Lal Bagh. And they all wanted to concentrate on Cubbon Park, but not in Lal Bagh. I don't know. Lal Bagh is another beautiful place, full of trees. But in the heart of the city, our Cubbon Park is the life. It gives a life. Any sick man, if he comes and sits here in the morning, and this breathe the fresh air that cures them. It's a what you call deoxit. Okay, they get renewed. Their life is getting renewed, and so we wanted to see this Cubbon Park is retained, and so the future generation can come here and they can have the breath of life.
Well,
Yeah.
very well said, sir. You know, we must spare some of the beautiful environment and the oxygen that we have right now for posterity as well, is what we heard from Alexander. I also have with me an elderly gentleman. He has been frequenting Cubbon Park for the last many decades. Sir, for how many years exactly have you been frequenting this beautiful place in Bangalore?
I've been frequenting this place right from the year 1967 onwards
Oh my God.
because I was working next door to at the Central Telegraph Office.
Right.
So I used to come into Cubbon Park very, very frequently.
So when I say the word Cubbon Park, what does it mean to you? Is it emotional or is it just another park to you?
As soon as you utter the word Cubbon Park, immediately serenity, peace, tranquility, lushness, and greenery
Oh,
comes
wow.
into my mind. I've got a very vivid imagination and I can picture all these things. Serenity, a person feels serene. All his cares and troubles, whatever he is going through, is washed away just by these trees. And I was very happy to hear the news yesterday that the government has shelved the plan to build that a 10-story building. In the first place, how can anybody in the right minds ever think of such a concrete jungle coming up amidst the greenery of this beautiful, tranquil place? Whenever I see a tree or a blade of grass, I say within myself, it is because of you that I am breathing and alive today. Considering the traffic in Bangalore nowadays, these silent sentinels of nature are taking in all the carbon monoxide or whatever noxious gases we human beings give out in the form of our vehicles and all that, converting it into oxygen and giving it back to us. Shouldn't we feel thankful and grateful for such great sentinels of nature? Okay? We have not planted them, but we care for them.
I also have with me Greg Desar. He resides very close to the Cubbon Park and has been frequenting this beautiful space for over 60 years. Greg, thank you so much for talking to India Today. So you've been frequenting this place for over 60 years. So when I say the word Cubbon Park, what's the word that comes to your mind first?
See, as a kid, we used to come here, we used to play ball over here, we used to bring our animals here to run about. Then the next generation came up. We started bringing, the next generation, the babies, my nieces, my nephews, cousins. We used to enjoy ourselves in this place. Now, what is most distressing is the totally callous attitude of our leadership. Cubbon Park at one time encompassed where the Vidhana Saudha is now, where the planetarium is now, where the water park was, and I'm told now that even the Central Jail was part of Cubbon Park. Now, surely the citizens of this beautiful city are entitled to open spaces without, and now the new thing is pollution. We need open spaces where we can go where there's no pollution. Okay, we need places where we can walk, where you can just lie on the grass and relax, bring our animals out, cats, dogs. Cats may not come, but dogs definitely. Okay, we need to have a place for recreation. That unfortunately is being eaten away by an insensitive leadership. Slowly, bit by bit, these things were all taken away, and now they're planning to put a 10-story building somewhere, I don't know, somewhere in the park. When you have a 10-story building, you're going to have people coming to that 10-story building to work and to visit. And they're going to come with their vehicles. They're going to need transport. The next thing you will say is they need coffee shops, they need restaurants. So you're going to put restaurants there. And Cubbon Park, at least a section of it, is going to be totally destroyed. This is something that I want to appeal to my neighbors, to my fellow citizens of Bangalore. Please come out and protest. Protest peacefully, but protest. Let the leadership know that we don't accept this. Yeah?
So this has been a big India Today impact. After our elaborate coverage yesterday, the government has now decided to shelve down the plan of constructing the high-rise building. But on the other hand, they're also looking for alternative spots. So since you are actively a citizen of Bangalore and you have been involved in a lot of protests and fights for nature, do you have any particular location in mind where the government can possibly go ahead and build that building that they want to?
See, as of now, as a being as a Bangalore citizen, it's everyone's responsible because we are just destroying the eco space of the Bangalore city today. So this is not a new fight for us today. So for many years that Cubbon Park has been always targeted for high-rise buildings and coming up with the new construction buildings and new infrastructures. In the name of infrastructure, already many governments have played a very bad role here. So one thing I can also say that because of the not uneducated people have destroyed the state and the country or as a being as a Bangalorean, I can say only the culprit educateds who have been still culprit educateds just acting like an they need to play a very big role here, because every citizen of the Bangalore, the person who comes from the outer city also is responsible of the Bangaloreans today, because so this is the one place has a very big history. When we go follow behind almost 500 600 years ago, where the Kempegowda built the Bangalore city to give a nice atmosphere. He built a lot of man-made lakes also, and Bangalore is also one of the name of the man-made lakes. But today, after crossing many generation and the years, today what we have been saved in the Bangalore, everything is going viral. Everything is going nowadays. It's a very bad impact. As being as a citizen of the, every person is responsible, because Bangalore has a lot of other different places also. Why again and again in the Cubbon Park? Why again the Cubbon Park is getting targeted? So that's what my mean. We need to, another thing I would like to say, every citizen of the Bangalorean need to think about the ecosystem of the Bangalore also. Today the most of the wildlife is coming to the city, and here one side the Bangalore is a very beautiful atmosphere, and the people why they love Bangalore because of the friendly atmosphere. And even comparing to entire world, the Bangalore has more than 150 different country people have visited here, 70 different people stay here. Why not others come and open up there? Today, once it comes to the Cubbon Park, people need to open and provoke. They need to come out of the house and they need to start. They need only for coming and spending a time at evening with the plants and trees and just they go off. That's all. Not for that. Every person should take a responsibility. Today, every citizen are losing their responsibility and the fundamental duties of the as being a citizen of India.
Cubbon Park is one such place in Bangalore that houses thousands of trees. One of the oldest trees over here is more than 100 years old. And imagine this entire green space being polluted because of the concrete structure that was going to come up. And this is the voice of the citizens of Bangalore urging the government to not touch the green space of Bangalore, the iconic Cubbon Park, at all right now or at any point in the future, because this is all that Bangalore has got. Lal Bagh and Cubbon Park, the two most iconic spaces in Bangalore city. All of us Bangaloreans over here want to preserve this. With camera person Madhu, Anaga Keshav for India Today from Bangalore.